out on a hike again and wanted to show some things that I thought were pretty interesting. This is a place where apparently there used to be buildings up here, and as we go up there's some interesting things that we see up there, the rock formations. What's interesting and what I'd like to point out is that when you find them like this, and here's one here, it looks like a pillar. I think it was formed by a human thousands of years ago. Some of these just don't look like they're natural. They look more man-made. Anyway, we'll just go on up and we'll see some other things. These two very similar. And they're rounded all the way down and rounded on the bottom. And same here, just a round stone. Here's something that's really interesting here, if I can get this out, or I can kind of show this. You see how this is a round one here, but some pattern that I keep finding is that there's a bowl-like shape inside of it, or on the top of it. Like, see how it starts to go down in a bowl here? And if I was to take this out and just take all this dirt out here, you can see how this thing starts to go down into a bowl, to where and it'll be that way all the way around it, as you'll see, or you can see a little bit that I'm doing. I don't know if I'm going to completely take this out from under there. There's a lot of ground there, but nonetheless, I think you can see what I'm talking about. This thing has a bowl-like shape. It kind of indents in. And then I find others, and I don't know if I can see one right around here anywhere close, that has the other, like this would be female, and then you have another one that has a little bit of a male end that fits perfectly. And you can see where they, sometimes you can see where they broke apart. And they break apart. You can find them like on this side would have the male, which then goes out a little bit, which would fit in to another one like this, and then they just stack on top of each other. And we'll probably find some that we can show how that works later on. I'll show how that actually works and how they stack on top of each other with that same pattern, where they'll have a bowl and then they just fit right on top of each other perfectly. And I thought that was interesting. Here's one that I just showed, like I showed down there, except this is out of the dirt. And so I was just going to show you what I meant about how they indent. And so I'll just move this. You see how it starts to go down in, and you see what I'm talking about. How this goes in, and then there's going to be a rock. I don't see it anywhere around here where it would be, but then they would have the opposite, and it would fit perfectly right inside of this. And the other side of this would be like this, more like that, which would fit on top of another one like this. And this is round, and it's just really, really fascinating to me how this works and how it is. Look in here, and you'll see, and I know they got all these geological terms to describe this, but see the seam right here? I was just showing you a place down there, a rock, that was separated. So here's a seam right here, and then here's a seam right here. Down there we just found one that looked pretty much like this, and so these things, when they break apart, they actually have a little dip in it like a bowl on this one, which would be pretty much female, and then on the top one, on the one up above it, they have more of a smooth, I don't even know how you describe it, but it would be more out, bowl shaped outward, like the bottom of a bowl. Not quite, but it would fit right into it. And maybe we can find an example around here of that. I don't see one right now. But come around here, and look at this flat side on this side of this here. And I'll show you. See here when I told you down there that you'd see that that one had a flat side to it, and then the one that sits on top of it has another flat side. And anyway, you can see the seams in here. This is kind of broken here, broken apart. They're perfectly even all the way around. Now you see a seam right here, perfectly even all around, and it sets like that, one after another. See, there's another one right there. And you see another one down here, and another one down here, and it goes that way all the way down. See how this is concave? I mean, you can see how that's indented like that here, and then on the bottom, on this one here, it'll be perfect. It'll fit right in the bowl-like shape. This will fit perfectly in that. Same here. In fact, here you can see down in here where the bowl is, and how this is concave, and how it just fits. This is a good example. I don't know how you can see how that just is like that, and how this is like this, the bowl shape, the male end here, and how that fits perfectly right inside of that. And it fits and sits like that all the way down. And that's the way all these are. If you look down here, you can see all these pillars here, all these down in here, where you go, you got the pieces that broke, see? Now this is like up there, but this here is broken and not broke, or whatever, it just fell down and then it came out, see? And this is the concave. So you can see how this rock comes down, and look at the seams in it. It comes down, and you would think that that would be solid. Well, if you come down all the way, then here it's broken away, and then inside of there is a tunnel, pretty much perfectly round, and so you can see that how the rock has been broken away. If it wasn't, then it would look just like this along here. Now we found other tunnels that have gone in for 30 feet, much similar to this, where this one's just kind of along the base, but about the same size. We found them that have gone in about 30 feet straight in to the cliff. Now as you get inside, as you look at the inside, if we can see it up, you can see kind of the way how smooth it is up on top, and brick-like rocks, how they fit perfectly in there, all rounded off. Alright, I'm just going to show you some interesting things that I found in the same area that I found the pillars. And some of these that I found that have been buried pretty deep, but there was a flood, and a recent flood, and these ended up, there was a huge slide, and these ended up coming up. And so I just wanted to show some things here that I thought were interesting. You can see it's been worked here. Anyway, you can see how that looks like an eye. Well, we're wrapping it up. It's been a beautiful day. Nice hike. Showed you some stuff over there in the background. Again, where we found the holes down in the bottom. Thanks for watching.